Hello, good morning. Thank you, Leslie. She started with Merhaba. It's good, and I am encouraged. And thank you so much. And it has been a lovely presentation. I got the most, and I thank you. I like to be with you this year again. It has been my privilege, and I am so happy to be with you the second round of Blockchain Week. That has been a successful one. I think many of you could remember how it has been going through last year. And the second round, I think, should be better and fruitful than the first one. I have seen the stands and fires and everything. It has been well established, well prepared, and I like to thank the contributors, organizers, and participants that create such an amazing and fruitful event. And I thank you all. My dear friend, dear colleagues, the world has been going through up and down. Just open up. What's your? Since 1789, the human beings have been experiencing lots of revolution. It has produced many good things in human life and has been creating some sort of drawbacks. Technology itself brings lots of challenges, lots of benefits, depending on how we are using it, how we are put in place, whether it's going to be effective to human life in a positive side, or whether it's going to be impacting badly to human rights. Now, I'd like to name my presentation. Many of you have been telling and hearing around. People say the new era is coming. Do you think the new era has already come or not? I think we can say the new era has already come. That's why I wanted to name my presentation, A New Era Has Come, Revolutionizing the World with Digitalization. Let us go back and remember the developments, what has been happening in the past, what has happened in history. When the calendar showed 1789, a very important development, and I can say enlightened and envisage today's revolution. Okay, what happened in 1789? I'm asking you. Everyone can name it. I think many of you know what happened in 1789. Okay, Industrial Revolution happened. The very first one, Industrial Revolution. Dear colleagues, nearly 250 years passed since steam power was used in production. In these 250 years, radical changes took place in industrialization as in everything else. Let me briefly summarize the journey of Industrial Revolution. Let us name it Evolution of the Revolution. Evolution of the Revolution. Because simultaneously an unstoppable evolution of the revolution has been going through. The first industrial revolution ushered in an era of mechanization powered by steam engines, setting the stage for mass production and urbanization. And the second one introduced electricity and assembly lines, fostering the birth of consumer culture. And the third industrial revolution brought forth electronics and automation. Before the session has started, we have been talking about how fast electrical vehicles have been produced and put in traffic. Now, everyone is talking about climate change, reduction of heating of the world, and how can we regulate climate change so that we can have again a sort of the world that we can all live in healthy and comfortably. And the fourth one, Industrial Revolution, is characterized by the fusion of the physical, digital, and biological realms. And I'm calling the ongoing transformation that we are facing now the fifth Industrial Revolution. In this era, my dear friend, we are combining digitalization and artificial intelligence. And the hallmark of this new era, I think, digitalization is everywhere. If you are running a company, then you're not digitalizing your operation. I think you are far behind the competition. And there has been many things happening in AI, artificial intelligence area. No one can be uninterested the evolution of the revolution, as I said before. Or otherwise, you can either stay behind and, I think, be left out, or you can be, if you want to be in competition, if you want to be challenge the revolution, I think you have to be prepared for. I have always using the word, the one that I like it, is if many things happening, I think you have to be prepared for to survive. There has been a famous saying, luck, in Turkish chance, favors the prepared. If you are not prepared, I think luck doesn't favor you. That's why we always have to be prepared for the coming things and challenges. Dear colleague, as I said in the beginning of my speech, there has been many things happening in positive side when technology evolves. Let me just share briefly one of the stories that I like. 59-year-old Robert Ness, who was on climbing in Norway, Please give your attention to this story. As I said, he was climbing on Norway and slipped and fell in a moment of carelessness, even though he had spent years and gained experience in this field. Nes severely damaged, and his broken liver in his ribs and hitting his head and on the rocks. He's facing death or life. While he had trouble even breathing his smartwatch, he is carrying a smartwatch. Mine is not smart. Determined, and there was an emergency reached the emergency room. I mean, the watch senses that Nes slipped and fell and faced life and death, and determined and reached emergency room in a second with the fall detection feature. An emergency crew reached Nes within only 12 minutes. And even they later report that Nes was unable to move. He was stuck. He was unable to move. As a result of the accident, was in a very difficult place to spot. And the people came and taken out the trap, and then Nes now still, I think, still climbing in Norway or somewhere else in the world. Another example, the person is paralyzed and his nerves and muscles is paralyzed. Of course, the neurons and the brain is working. The technology has detected that the brain is working, the neurons is working, and read what the neuron says and transfer the instruction and the messages to the muscles, and then muscles type the writing. And there are many things that you can name it. You can give an example, my dear friend. Of course, as I said before, digitalization and the technology has dark side and bright side. If I tell you what are the positive sides, I think you can name it and list it a long one, but I'd like to mention a few one. Digitalization and artificial intelligence have been a game changer, as you all know, for business, for all sizes, enabling to adopt and thrive in an increasingly competitive landscape. And the second one, and digitalization has tremendous effects on industry, trade, and energy. New era of smart machines have enabled automated process driven by sensors. And the third one, digitalization has not only transformed our ability to collect and store data, but has also empowered us to extract valuable insights and make informed decisions thanks to the advancement in data science. And of course, crypto finance and offspring of digitalization has disrupted traditional finance system by introducing new types of the system. As I said, those are the things that we can name it as positive side. What are the drawbacks? What are the dark side of this development? I think first one, there will be the human cost of automation, my dear friend. We are facing it. We are living through that one. The first one is one of the most pressing concerns in the era of digitalization and AI is the potential loss of jobs to machines. Now people are, many of the activities, many of the skills are now replaced by automation, digitalization, robotics, and people are facing with unemployment. I think one of the threats that human being has to face and find a sustainable and fruitful solution on this. But whenever we have been facing a revolution, I think people always have been able to create new skills, new jobs, new opportunities that have been producing good results for all the human beings. That's why I think in this new era, of course, there has been disruptions, there has been threats and challenges, but I think we are again overcoming those threats and challenges as well. Another dark side of this epoch, my dear friend, is that legal framework. I don't know, there are lawyers in this audiences. Legal framework is something that we have to work on. I think that struggles to keep pace with the rapid evolution of technology. If there has been an established legal framework, I think the problem can trigger, the problem can get bigger, and then there has been many chaotic things that we have to face and we have to struggle with. That's why I cannot say before technological advancement, you have to put regulation in place. There has been always something that revolution and technology goes front, and then legal framework I follow after. That's why I'm telling, before getting too late, we have to regulate on technology and the relation between humans and technology, the relation between technology and technology. And that's why one of the things that we have to face with and we have to overcome with is the regulation of this technology. And regarding that one, I have prepared, and as member of Turkish Parliament delegation to PACE, Council of Europe, and I have prepared a report, and I suggested that to enhance ethical and regulatory standards applicable to digital transformation, and to coordinate with both national and international bodies, and to ensure the regulation and integration of criminal law, civil law and human rights implications of digitalization. And that is accepted and advised to 46 members of Council of Europe. And I think the members of Council of Europe have now been working on this matter. Dear colleague, let me just summarize and finalize what I said and what I see the future. First, we should embrace a growth mindset and cultivate a willingness to learn new skills, as I said. These are prerequisites for thriving in this era. And the second one, as creators and consumers of technology, we have a duty to ensure that our innovations align with ethical principles. We never forget it. And finally, it is our duty to bridge the digital divide and ensure that the benefits of digitalization and artificial intelligence are accessible to all and irrespective of socioeconomic backgrounds. I think some people can be privileged with, but if there is a change, if there is a new things coming into life, we have to serve to all human beings equally. At least we have to try, or otherwise there has been big differences and society can disrupt. Let me just summarize as final words. As I said, it has been almost 250 years since the Industrial Revolution, my dear friend. The journey of industrialization has marked drastic shifts all the time. Now, this era of digitalization and artificial intelligence promises to be equally transformative and equally constructive the world. In this critical threshold of technological transformation, if we take the right steps, we can steer this era toward a future that upholds human values and shared prosperity. As we navigate this new terrain, let us remember that the true essence of progress lies not just in technology we create, but in the positive impact it has now on our lives and the world at large. I thank you for listening and being here. It has been unstoppable changes that we will experience. But we all human beings should get prepared, should use in a positive side, and should prepare the challenges and drawbacks and pros and cons. But one thing that I can show, if we are prepared, we are putting the new challenges, the new revolution in a good way, and for human beings to be better off. I thank you.